Toss, toss. Toss, toss. Don't sue me, Wicked. Woke up this morning. Or Beyonce. I have Pony Up, the remix, stuck in my head because I was listening to it on the way into the gym and then on the way out of the gym. Anyway, buddy. Don't sue me either, Megan. Goddamn, because you know I don't have Megan Thee Stallion, Popeye's lawsuit money. You feel me? It is a new year, and I decided to update my YouTube channel when I'm not crying for once. It's not crybaby hours, at least not right now. I do be crying about everything. Cried about the sunrise. It's kind of like cloud blocked right now. Usually around this time, I can feel it descending on my eyes and lighting them up, making them this beautiful brown cocoa color, highlighting all of the gold flecks or whatever people be saying in books and stuff. I have ordinary brown eyes, and I'm okay with that. I don't need them to have golden flecks or green zigzags or whatever the fuck. I am dressed for deep stretch in about 3 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. But I will not be wearing the ears because I get enough attention at the gym. Thank you very much. Just makes my powers grow. I am, gym update, lifting heavy, bitch. And like by heavy, I mean I'm doing presses with 30 pounds now instead of 20 or 15, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. I don't see you doing that. Maybe not you, but I don't see you doing that. So, yeah, that's a big deal. One of the coaches came up behind me today, actually. He was like, "You getting strong, girl?" I was like, "I am." He goes, "You getting strong, girl?" "I am." It felt very left side, strong side. It's so funny. Because I grew up in Texas and just, football is life. A lot of the history teachers were also football coaches. So I'm used to being spoken to and like referred to as my last name only. And just like that game day energy, the respect. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. All of the trainers and coaches. Yeah. But anyway, my body is changing for sure. And the last time this happened to me, not on purpose, but like it happened to me, the body dysmorphia was so fucking real. And I was trying so hard to see what everyone else saw. My clothes were literally falling off of me. I was wearing a size like 18 back then, but my body was a size 12. And actually when I think, okay, so I had a best friend named Darius. Shout out to Darius. Darius was the homie. Darius was my best friend. Darius was my guardian angel. I talk a lot about like my period and how my menstrual cycle has just wreaked havoc my whole life on my day-to-day and missing school and things like that. And right before a big movement final that I had studied for, and I knew that it was pass or fail, I passed out in the gazebo outside of the movement class building. And Darius scooped me up, put me in her truck. I had passed out by that time. She took me home. And I remember before I passed out, I was thinking, is this a Britney moment? Sorry, Britney. You're not going to watch this, but I'm sorry anyway. Britney was always being taken in a ambulance somewhere. It's not funny, but it did happen a lot. So it was like, God, not a Britney moment. And I was so adamant about making it to the final. Like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand. There was such a radiating pain, just shooting pains in my butt, in my legs. There was no way I was going to be able to make it through this final. And yeah, she scooped me up. She took me back to the apartment. I was basically living with her at this point because I won't say I hated my roommates because that's a strong word to use. But I was not a fan of living in that apartment. And I was rarely ever at home. Anyway, Darius helped me to see that my body was changing. She came over to me one day, and she was a little bit thicker than I was. We were sitting on the couch, and she goes, look at my thighs. Now look at your thighs. And I had these tiny little sticks, my tiny little stick thighs. But even in classes, like there's a lot of movement in scene studies that we did. And I was a size 18 when I got there. But after like a year and a half, when Darius took me shopping, I think I was a size 8. We went to Wet Seal. I had never been to Wet Seal before. Like, there's nothing in Wet Seal that could ever fit size 18 me. And so we went to Wet Seal, and I was trying on clothes that were still in the double digit range, and they were like hanging off of me. So I was like, I don't even know what size I am anymore. And that's where I'm at now again, because I live in a men's 3X. And my ex actually he would joke, because when he would do laundry, he was like, yeah, I'm folding your shirts, and then I'm folding my shirts. And I love a men's. I love a 3X, a 4X. Give me that big, hanging to my ankles type of shit. Absolutely love it. So right now, I can see it. All of that to say, I can see it. And that happened this morning. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, you're fucking gaunt. You're fucking gaunt. My face looks so skinny. What I want to avoid, and I think I will this time around, because I'm not dropping weight super quick, and that's thanks to having slowed down on the semaglutides, mostly because of financial reasons. But I think that it's a good thing, because I don't want that like lollipop head. I know you know what I'm talking about. When people lose weight too fast and their face gets just like I want to avoid lollipop head. I also want to avoid my clavicle becoming so pronounced. The last time I had problems with my chin hitting my clavicle, it's such a stupid thing to be annoyed by. Like, oh, you're so skinny that your bones are knocking together. But that hurts. It really hurts. But yeah, a bitch sees it. A bitch sees it. But yeah, I wanted to start off the new year with not a crybaby hour. I wanted to talk about some of my goals and share them, because I've been sharing them out loud. I think for me this time around, it's good to do that. What does that say? Damn. Okay. So this is my notebook that I do my human design and compatibility charts. And that's for everything and everybody. I look up the synastry for jobs, for people. I am utilizing every pseudoscience that I have available to me, and I use it to apply in real life situations, because as we know, this is all an experiment. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. So this helps me to know a little bit better. So I have, some notey notes. I have some postcards and things from places that I've been, and I think that was actually a huge manifestation for me. Just like picking up the pieces and fitting them into this huge jigsaw puzzle we call life. What was I reading though? I just saw something. I'm about to talk about my goals for this year, and a lot of them were carryovers. I need to redo my nails. Look at that. Just a trash panda today. But yeah, what does it say? Oh, this was something I wanted to start on TikTok. My last watched Friday. I think it has something to do. Okay, not doing a 30 for 30, but 31 days of horror, but seeing some cute lists or whatever. Keeping up with watch cadence that's comfortable for me now. Oh, I get what I'm saying. Last time I did a 31 days of horror, I got so burnt out. Oh my god, I got so burnt out. They're so hard to keep up with. And after a while, it's like all the stories are kind of the same. I can only watch so much family drama, trauma type of stuff. Like Hereditary. What's the what's the other one? The Killing of a Sacred Deer. The Killing of a Sacred Deer is such a good story, but oh my god, it's so rough to get through. What's the one? There was a thriller that I saw at AMC during my fun employment. Let me pull up my letterboxd. I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. I'm already logged in. My personal stats. Oh, it's called Keeper. That's the movie. I really liked it from beginning to end. What an incredible concept, honestly. Freaky, freaky concept. That's something that's a script I would have picked up. That is absolutely a script that I would have picked up and be like, I need to be in this. I need to be in this. I liked Shelby Oaks, but Shelby Oaks, the ending was kind of zany and weird to me. Same thing with the Weapons movie. It just had a really wacky ending. I couldn't fucks with it. My 2025 year in review. Okay, I didn't know this was gonna happen. This is impromptu. All right. So in 2025, Eartha Zips 2025 in film by the numbers. 53 films logged, 9 films reviewed, 94 hours watched is kind of weak. We'll do better this year. I have time to catch up. I haven't watched anything this year, I don't think. That is an Instagram like. Okay, focus. My most watched actor is Robert Pattinson. Is that because I watched Twilight? Is that because I watched Twilight? I think that's because of Twilight, because I can't think of anything else I could have possibly seen our Pats in this year or last year. No, I can't think of any. In fact, I feel like my most watched actor would be Dennis Quaid's son. Oh man, I forget his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Dennis Quaid's son, because he was in everything in 2025. That nigga was booked and busy. But anyway, my most watched director is Osgood Perkins, because of Keeper and the Monkey. Let me see. I can see why. Yeah. And Mickey 17 in March. Okay? Yeah. It's Mickey 17 in March, and then in October, Hua Hua season. It's Twilight, and that's a repeat, apparently, because it's got the... I swear I'm not that much of a Twilight fan, y'all. I do have a Team Edward shirt, but that's only to appease my inner child. Twilight was my first fandom. I wasn't really allowed to do fandom things like that, or see films that my mom hadn't already like previewed or were, how do you say, approved by the church. So let me have it. So yeah, it's just the Twilight Saga. That's why I gotta log more movies. I gotta log. So my most watched week of 2025 was October 20th through 26th. That was 6 films. I think that may have been the Twilight. And then my most watched day of 2025 was a Tuesday. That's most likely because AMC does half off on Tuesdays. And you know, bitch, love a matinee. My first watch of 2025 was The Coffee Table. That movie is crazy. And then my last watch of 2025 was Wicked for Good. Um, Milestones was Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. That is my favorite. That is my favorite. My most watched theme is terrifying, haunted, and supernatural horror. No shock. My most watched nano genre is villain, blood, cool. Okay. If you say so. But yeah, this is the web version. Letterboxd needs to do a better type of Wrapped, honestly. They got the money. They got the money. Anyway, that was fun. That was cute. That was fun. That was fun. That was cute. I might do a little carousel on TikTok and see what it do. See what it do. Hold it in a bag. Okay. So, and then there are some other things on here. Get a rug for my bedroom? Why would I do that? Vacation, meal prep, glasses. When did I write this? Noise canceling headphones. Modifications help tailor your day to your level of, and then just stopped writing. Oh, this was productivity notes. Oh yeah. Okay, y'all. Here's a little tea. So here's how to overcome time management challenges by identifying positive patterns of productivity. Positive behaviors that make the day more productive: gym before work, making a to-do list, saying no to assignments that take you off your path. Which behaviors or patterns help you manage your time? Scheduling breaks, working in a quiet space like a coffee shop or co-working, and then the Pomodoro. Noise canceling headphones, finding an accountability partner. I am my accountability partner. Thank you very much. Implement behaviors that are tried and true. Avoid multitasking because it slows you down and the brain can only process one thing at a time. Low quality results can mean that you spend just as much time fixing errors. True. These are really good notes. I'm really proud of myself. 3 is a magic number. 3 is my magic number because I was born under the sign of the Trinity, the Father, the Conjurer, and the Holy Spirit. Ashe. 3-step list gives time to complete the list and have time left over. It focuses on immediate tasks organized by deadlines, and then I should consider time-consuming daily events. And be realistic about how much time I have to actually push these items. Take a break, have lunch with a friend, take a break after work before personal tasks, take time off of work when necessary. When I need it, not when necessary. Anyway, yeah, this is the kind of advice that people pay millions and millions of dollars for. Just coming in and telling someone to do these very obvious, like, no shit kind of things. I have my human design wardrobe plan. My wardrobe essentials: elevated basics, so high quality blazers, coats, trousers in neutral colors, well tailored denim, working on it, structured pieces, minimalist gold or earthy tones. It shows effortlessness meets wisdom, which I already do that. My friend Brienne would always tease me because she said that I loved a basic bitch oatmeal beige. And what a fucking read. Because yes, I do. Yes, the fuck I do. I love a beige. Anyways, effortless comfort, which fits my second line. Soft, natural, flowy fabrics, so linens and organic cottons. Cozy, oversized sweaters or cardigans. Simple, chic wrap dresses or relaxed silhouettes, which show comfort without being sloppy. And then cool and what friendly? cool and something friendly. God damn, I can't read my handwriting. It's so pretty, but I can't read it. Breathable, natural materials, layering options so that I can adjust the temperature. Makes sense. Statement pieces to invigorate the generator energy. So the wardrobe should spark joy and satisfaction. My best colors for my sixth line. Soft beige, taupe, camel, warm gold, bronze, honey, deep browns, and creamy whites. So you want to think like Victoria Monet. Victoria Monet is probably the best example of this. And sometimes the Queen Bee, especially in the Lion King era, but I think that Victoria really does carry that through, especially in the set design with her shows. There's a lot of, I need to look up her design. I'll do that later. When am I most productive? Schedule creative tasks during the most productive time of day. I think I'm most productive in the afternoon. That's when I like to have my meetings. That's when my personality has arrived. I'm not going to put y'all on to too much. I don't need you to know too much of that. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. All right, goals, because it's been long enough. All right, first goal, pole dancing classes. This has been on my list for quite a while, but I want my body to look a certain way before I start dancing. And I know that sounds ridiculous because my body is good the way that it is, at whatever size that it is, and I can start right now. But I want to do the research. I would like to go to a Black-owned studio, and I know that there is one in Tulsa because it keeps coming up on my FYP. So I'm working on it. I'm putting it all together. You can't just go into the symphony hall and start the music. You got to compose it first. So I'm composing right now. Alongside that, I want to do aerial silk and hoop class. That's also been on my list for a bit. I want to be stronger in my arms though, because there's a lot of arms. My legs are fucking powerful, but I want stronger arms before I do that. Which also brings me to the next thing on my list. Do a cartwheel. I'm so afraid because my bottom half is so thick. I'm terrified that it is going to send the rest of me just crashing down on my neck. And I really don't want to be the person that breaks their neck because they tried to do a cartwheel. I would like to do it in a controlled environment where someone is actually helping me with my form and circumvent a massive injury. I still don't want to hurt my arms. I just need to be really strong up here so that down here doesn't break right here. You feel me? Anyway, I want to do a tropical zip line. I don't want to do the one in Tulsa. I have seen the one in Tulsa, and that is a womp womp. No thanks. I want to do a zip line in Thailand. I want to do a zip line in Brazil. I want to do a zip line in, I don't know, the Grand Canyon. I don't want to do a zip line in Tulsa. No offense to Tulsa. You know I got mad love for you. I do want to learn to ice skate. The last time I was on ice, I had coordinated this event with 1,000. And somehow, everybody that worked there knew how to ice skate. Like, what you mean, everybody hitting the ice like fucking Christy Yamaguchi right now, and I'm holding the wall. I felt so stupid. So I never want to feel that way again. I absolutely want to learn how to ice skate. And then next on the list is paragliding. I've never done that before, paraglide? I don't know how to say it, but Most of these things, nobody in my family's ever done these things before. So it's not that I want to be different. It's just that I have interests, and I don't want to be deterred from my interests because I've never seen black people. I've never seen black people do it before, or worse, I've never seen anybody in my life do it before. I can see myself doing it, so I want to, and there's nothing stopping me. So that's that. I have seen it on TikTok. That doesn't really count. It just looks like fun. And then tennis lessons and swimming lessons. That's a carryover from last year, which is like also kind of a carryover from the year before. I want to go to the gun range for show. I heard about ladies' night. I'm trying to lock in, Glock in. You feel me? In the archery range with my Jedi. That would be cool. Get my merda on. I want to recert my CPR recertification. I think that's really important. I think it's really important to be CPR certified, just no matter who you are, what you do professionally. I'm in the healthcare industry, so I think it's kind of like important because of that. But I also think about when you're on a plane and they're asking like if there are any doctors on the plane, and I just want to be like, I'm not a doctor, but I know CPR, so I can at least like keep them steady until we get to a hospital or EMTs or whatever. Like, it's cool. No big deal. I also want to deadlift 100 pounds. And I'm close. I'm doing 65 right now, I think. I have lift class today. I have several classes today because I'm off. Thank you, Dr. King. So let's see. Let's log in. Let's pull it up. Yeah. I have lift at 5:15. So yeah, I think the last time I was in there, I was deadlifting 65, and that's just because one of the trainers came over and she was like, "You're just flinging that bar around. Put some weight on there." And instead of giving me a choice, she just started adding weight onto the bar. But yeah, I think I can do it. I'm so freaking close. I'm not becoming a muscle mommy or anything like that. I do want to warn you. I don't want to look like that. There's a very specific look that curvy women that lift have, and I don't want to look like that. I really don't. I want my Pilates like bar dancer body back. I don't want a lifter body. I really don't. And I think you know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about. But I'm definitely in my sculpting, shaping, flowing, lifting, redding era. And it feels really good. It feels really, 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 really good. I started a new gig a couple days ago. Honestly, it's very fresh. I'm in the like medical billing world right now, and it's a lot. It is intricate. I'm learning a new system at the same time, but there's so much chemistry with me and the director. I can't believe that there isn't something for me here. This is such an incredible first step. Although it's not at the base salary that I want and deserve, it is certainly an amazing launching pad. I'm already learning so much. It's been the most intense 2 weeks of training I've ever had in my entire life. I'm so grateful for today to just kind of like let it all sink in. I need to do some refreshers on Excel because I was recruited by a biomarketing company that does blood cancer research, and that is going to come up on the first round, and I don't think I can personality my way out of Excel. Everyone's level, they didn't say I have to be proficient, but the beginner, intermediate, advanced level is just so different depending on how you use it and like what industry you're using it in. I think that I will just need to navigate it in a way that makes sense for me so that I can utilize that data and know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to have to put in like sums all the time and put in functions and whatever else. Um, yeah, I'm taking it all as it comes. I'm taking it all as it comes. And when these pieces are shown to me, I pick them up and I find where they fit in the grand scheme of all of this. But I did want to document my goals for the year so that I have them in mind, you have them in mind, we can work on them together. Sound good? Awesome. I'll see you later.